Hi, it's Heather and Malakai, and we're back today to talk to you about emotions. And it's a great day to do so because today Malakai ate baby food. Yay! It's a victory in my book because it's something that we've been working on for a couple weeks, and finally we got a flat textured spoon and I gave him cold bananas and he opened his mouth and swallowed it. Something that he hasn't been able to do. If he'd open his mouth, he'd leave the food sit there. So we opened and swallowed just like he was an old pro. It was super exciting. He ate almost the whole container of baby food. But it wasn't always like that. So I decided not to do any of the genetic testing, any of the blood work to test for, any problems that I might have with a baby. And it's okay. But literally hours after he was born, the pediatrician from the hospital came to me and told me that, there was a chance that he thought my baby had Down syndrome. Here I was in this hospital room with his brand new precious baby all by myself. The fear, the sadness, there's no words to express how I felt. I just sat there in my bed, couldn't get out really because I had magnesium drip, just cried. And I'm not sure what that feeling was. I just cried. I was a school teacher for a long time, 17 years, and the teacher in me kicked in, said I got this. I've taught many students with special needs or different disabilities. So the teacher in me is like, you can do this, Heather. But the mommy in me was scared. I was so scared. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know all the other health risks that are possible with a baby with Down syndrome. I was scared. I had a social worker in my room telling me there's all these groups that I should join, that there's these people I should reach out to. She's telling me what I need when I didn't even know myself what I needed. She gave me all this information in this folder. I haven't touched the folder yet. I will if I need it, and I will if I'm ready or when I'm ready. But right now, I just love my baby. I feel very fortunate because there are so many other health risks that a baby with Down syndrome could face. I'm lucky he doesn't need a feeding tube. I'm lucky he doesn't need a heart transplant or heart surgeries. Not yet anyways, because he does have the hole in his heart. We actually go next month to have that checked. Hopefully it's starting to close. The only other health concern that we have right now is his nystagmus, and that's easy. That's just the fluttering of the eyes, and as he gains muscle control, that should go away. The last time we were at the doctor's office, she didn't think it was going to affect his vision. So I would have to say the biggest emotion that I felt was just scared. What do I do? What next? What can I do to provide my baby with the best? That's one of the reasons we're on our third pediatrician. I want my baby to have the best. I want him to have the best opportunity out there. So most of the time we're happy. I tell my children that they didn't understand what Down syndrome meant and how that's going to affect their baby brother. But I told them, we're all learning together. We're all learning with Malakai. That he was sent to us to teach kindness and tolerance to the people out there. That's what he's going to do. He's going to teach kindness and tolerance. You can see he's just pretty happy most of the time. It doesn't take much to get a smile from him. He loves the interaction. He melts my heart. The love that he has for me is amazing. The way he kicks and coos and yells and gets all excited when he sees me when I come home from work or when we first get up in the morning. It's like he's seeing me sometimes for the first time and he's so excited. I'm so happy. But there are times too when I'm driving him to a doctor's appointment that I'm like, okay, now what are they going to tell me? What do I need to prepare myself for today? It was hard. We went to a geneticist, and I sat there in that office, and I didn't know what to expect. A geneticist. Why am I going for genetic counseling? I did not even know. I was confused. I was scared. They were asking me questions about my family and my husband's family and our birth orders and other issues, if there are any other medical conditions on either side of the family. And for what? I mean, it was we already knew that Malakai had trisomy 21, so I'm not sure why any of that mattered. But so I sat there. I think one of the scariest was, or most uncomfortable, was at the cardiologist, pediatric cardiologist, and we're trying to do, I think it's called an EKG or an echocardiogram, to get good pictures of his heart and trying to get him to lay still. Yeah, lay still. He wasn't even 6 weeks old, I don't think, when we first went. And that's a challenge and sad. And I just remember sitting there while he's on the bed, trying not to cry, trying to keep him calm and peaceful. Yeah, see, typical. Trying to keep him still so they could get the pictures they need and comfort him and tell him it's going to be okay. But I didn't know. I didn't know what we were going through. But not all days are like that. Most of our days are filled with joy and happiness. We do have physical therapy, and the physical therapist and I joke because we make Malakai mad. It doesn't take much. We make him work. That's what's good for him. We need to work his muscles and help him build endurance. And our goal is to get him to sit up. And he's really super close. Here. He loves this teething toy. I should show you his other one too. This is his second favorite. His other one's in his car seat, I think, right now. So I've had a wave of emotions. I would have to say mostly scared. Never really angry. Sometimes guilt. I am an older mommy, so sometimes there's guilt, and that's something I live with. And I know it's not just me and my age. It can happen to a mom, a first-time mommy who's young, early 20s. It just, I know the risk is greater when you decide to have babies when you're older. So there's sometimes guilt, but mostly joy. Malakai brings so much love to us, to me, to our family. It's a beautiful thing to watch him and his siblings interact. I think I told you the other day he has a 17-year-old sister and an 11-year-old brother, and they just love him to death. My 11-year-old tries to see him and pick him up before he leaves for school in the morning, and it's the first person he wants to see when he gets home. My 17-year-old, she watches him. She's the one that watches him when I go to work. So he's in great hands, and he brings us all love and joy. And oh, it's okay. Oh no. So I just want to talk a little bit about emotions. I know maybe I didn't go into it too in depth, but you can see that it still tears me up a little bit. I still worry. I know that he's going to have challenges to face in his journey of life. And, his mom is his biggest cheerleader. And I stay strong and I push him. And I will continue to push him. So it's not always Malakai's way. So sometimes mommy can get a win and not just Malakai. But that's it for today. Before I get any more emotional, and once again, the baby kind of dictates how long I can sit and chat. But can you say bye, Malakai? Say bye. Until next time when we're learning with Malakai.